Menzo Berenzan. The riverside and soon lakeside city. This is still filling up, slowly but surely. Like I said, we only have 4 out of the 6 water outlets I would usually use. I wanted to make sure we don't overflow this since we have buildings so close, but we could add another one if it's getting too tremendously slow. Mostly we just need to take it back up to 3 speed, though. That should help us out. I also need to keep a close eye on that this session because it should fill up at some point during this session, and I need to take it down to 2 water outlets when it gets to the top, so I have to keep a close eye on it. Just a little trim. Good morning, welcome. So nice to see you there. Alright, this should about do it. In terms of foliage, I think the rest can stay. Maybe not this. And maybe not this. Okay, we'll come back and check that in just a second. Don't let me forget. The other thing that I was thinking about yesterday evening was we have a couple of these industrial areas. I kind of thought with that Industries DLC pack that it allowed you to select industry areas like you can a park and have them like level up. So I thought it was possible to have, say, a 5-star lumber industry. And yet, so far, even though these have worked as lumber industries and they're working just fine, I have not seen that same option. And so I'm not exactly sure if that is possible somehow. I'm not setting it up the right way, or if I'm just fooling myself and you only get 5 stars for parks and whatnot. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some more digging on that. Our park, I believe, since we added these extra amenities on the riverfront, should be headed up towards 5 stars. It's just a matter of time. So we should really get another park set and have it begin to go. That may, in fact, be the Ore Palace here. And I'm not sure what we want to make of this. I know there's like 3 options for a park. You can do a city park like we did. You can do an amusement park. I guess there's 4 options, actually. An amusement park with actual rides and stuff. There's a zoo for animals and a nature reserve. So it's like a wider zoo, let's call it. One moment here. Pardon me, having a hiccup issue. Ahem. I'll get past it. Good morning there. I'm so glad you're getting your respective coffees. Lovely to hear it. So for whatever reason, a nature reserve makes some sort of sense over here, but I don't exactly know what sort of buildings that entails. Let's take a look. I guess I need to have one in order for any of the buildings to be unlocked. There's like campfires, tents, viewing decks, camping sites, cabins, like lean-to shelters at least. Lookout towers, so it seems to be mostly an outdoor camping area. Some hunting, which seems strange for a nature reserve, but okay. And fishing cabins near the lake sure would be cool. So that does make sense. It would probably be better to have it, if anything, a more free form rather than like an amusement park that's going to generate a lot of trash, at least if it's a campsite hopefully people would be a little bit more responsible with that. So if anything, a nature reserve sounds kind of good here. I don't think that a district and a park are quite the same, so it's like I'll probably need to erase this, is what I'm thinking. Let's see if this works. Goodbye, Ore Palace. It was lovely to have you. Alright. So we'll knock the Bryn up just a touch. Let's give it up to the cliffside there. Oops, that's a little much. More of this path will be available for the nature reserve rather than the residential area, which is pretty much as much of the cliffside as we can make use of, is being made use of. However, we do want to extend the Bryn down to the new residential sections here. That will be very important. Let's take it down to this intersection, I guess. Alright. Oh no, I forgot about the European... Ah, shoot. I shouldn't have done that. Like I was saying, high-density buildings can be European style, and so they all broke themselves to remake themselves. I should have expected that to happen. Maybe next time. A little bit more along this back area. And we should be good to go. And smooth this out just a touch. Alright, that's fine. Smooth it out, did I say? No, I meant make it even worse. It distends along that cliffside, so it's hard to tell. Alright, now we don't need a district, we need a park space. Paint a park area. Let's try starting with the lake at least. Extend it to all of this before the cliff land. That should be nice. And maybe even in through here. Maybe that's where we can put like the campsites and stuff. There's a little bit more room out that way. And I'll just make this whole cliffside part of it, even though we probably won't be able to make use of it. It will at least look like a open designated park space. I hope I'm not getting too deep into the Bryn there, jeez. Okay. Let's check this, just to make sure I didn't mess it up. I guess parks and districts can overlap to some extent. That's actually really nice to know. Hamilton Grounds. How lovely. So let's see here. Get rid of just a touch of this. That's fine. Extend it across the road a bit here, just in case they get any bonuses from having this in their district. I'm not sure if they do. And we'll grab this commercial zone while we're at it. It'll all be one thing. Alright. So, we do need to name this. It's a campsite, a lake, a nature reserve, Crystal Lake. No, we'll probably want to get something a little less on the nose. I wish there was a better way to string this power. I'm hoping at least once the water is filled up, I can make one that's not so dangerously submerged. I do hope that is still filling up. It seems to be, but it's really hard to tell when it's in this middling area. Okay, so for right now, let's just give it a quick unique name so that we can start working on it. This is going to be a little bit dark, but it's the only thing I can think of that seems appropriate right now. Running off the theme of leprosy that we started last time, I'm thinking leprosy, leper, leaper, leaping, Leaper Lake. And then it's right next to this cliff, so that's oddly appropriate. Try to add some entertainment to prevent the leaping as soon as possible. Just want to make sure it's designated apart from something so we can come back and look at it later. If you have any ideal names, and once it starts to fill in as a campground, hopefully it will have more of an identity to it. So as we go along, if there's any name that starts leaping out at us, do let me know. Leaping out at us. I'll stop now. Giving a quick check to traffic here. It does look like our educational overpass is getting a lot of use. Though it is still getting some use by industrial traffic. I think we can actually fix that now, because Witching Pines is situated between the Forest of Nonsense and the new lumber zone, and there's some weird traffic moving through it between those two, but Witching Pines itself will never really need industrial traffic. I'm hoping that doesn't prevent fire trucks and garbage trucks, but let's see here. It must be just a policy. I think I want it to be specific to this district, so yeah. I don't want a global heavy traffic ban. That would be sad. So I think I can now do... It's a city planning, yeah, heavy traffic ban. No heavy transport vehicles allowed, does not affect highways, so I think it's just transport vehicles must only be industrial. Not, I would say, garbage trucks. If there's any problem, we should see it quickly. So I'm going to try this heavy traffic ban. That should prevent anyone from using the Witching Pines as a thoroughfare here. Some interesting new industry options. I wonder if this counts for water outputs? Like if I put that filter industrial waste over these buildings here, would it have any effect? I'm not sure if it does. I think it's just for industrial zoned buildings. But I would be curious. So, the question now is, where should they enter the campground? We still have our little intersection here. We could bring a road down and through, maybe along this back section, leading to the big campground here. We'll cordon this all off with trees to make it a little more private back here. And then the road can probably hug the shoreline right to about here, so it is possible to connect it back to Rosewood Street. Or we could have it come off of the 4-lane if there's going to be more traffic. I think we should have it come off this little side road. I don't think traffic is going to be a huge issue for it. So let me remember how to connect park roads to regular roads. Nature Reserve. Let's just have a pathway going where we want it. Should it have decorations? Yeah, why not? Let's do decorations. So I do want to make use of some of the space on the water side, especially where it's flat along this main area, to put in, say, fishing piers. I think that would probably be good, so let's try to keep it... Actually, this entrance gate should help us out. Nature Reserve main gate must be placed roadside. There we go. So now the Nature Reserve path will attach to the back of that. I hope that's enough room. We're a little close to the water here. Let me try another angle first. Let's get rid of that. And I'm just going to get rid of this for now. We'll make this our main intersection, but I don't want the commercial buildings this close to our nature reserve. I don't want them inside the border of it. So we'll make a quick readjustment. If I can only remember the menus. Alright. Now let's have it curve just a touch. And I'm also just going to go ahead and make it a decorative road with trees. And then I want it just a little bit straight off here. Let's say 1 block's worth. That'll be fine. Alright, now let's see if this gives us any new options. It's still putting it so desperately close to the water. We can have it like off to the side here. That wouldn't be too bad, but we're gonna have to curve the path a little strangely. I'm just not sure where the best use of this space is gonna be. Try one more angle. Because it doesn't really matter if it's close to this road. I just want it away from the water. I'm not sure why I broke that office building either. It seems to be sitting there. That's weird. But oh well. So we even have room for just a couple of little commercial shops in here if we wanted to. We could fill out some hot dog stands. It'd be kind of nice. Won't have anything on this side of the road, though. Oh, yeah, coming in. All right, now let's see if this has enough room. So sorry about that. I'm not really sure what the difference is between the main gate and the small main gate, apart from, you know, the size of it. I just don't know why you would need 2 sizes of main gate. I guess it's the weirdness for all circumstances, but I don't know if there's any other differences. I guess we can put this at the very end of this road. That makes a certain sense. Park leveled up. So we have tents and campfire sites, plus a side gate. Sunset Meadows, that's cute. Huh. Interesting that it's now 2 distinct park areas, I suppose. It's not what I wanted. I guess you need to place the main gate first and then build off of that, okay? Sorry. I'll redo this real quick. Having this park here next to where that residential area is not very entertained should help them out significantly, especially if we put a side gate there. That will be very nice. Alright, Leaper Lake is gone. It's now all about Sunset Meadows. Let's extend that out. Well, maybe not that much, but it's fine. Okay. Right into everyone's backyard. So entertaining, right? Something like that. Do a bit of cleanup around this edge. Alright, that should be plenty. Just not have a part of the cemetery be an active nature reserve there, just in case. Just in case it haunts the nature reserve. Alright, so we have our one-star park. We have our main gate. People can now enter into the lake area. Let's set some preliminary pathways round the lake, which is still in that menu. I'm not sure where I'm going. Let's make them decorative. And let's take it freeform. This is going to be fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a blast. Don't necessarily want it so close to the water, though. I was trying to avoid that. There's not a real way to avoid it since it's connected to that main gate, but now that I can choose how far away, let's increase the curve just a bit here. So it goes in through the camp area and then back along here. I might need it a little bit. A harsh curve there. Alright. Let's try here-ish. Yeah, that looks good. I want it as far away from the water as I can. We'll kind of hug the cliff in through here. Give it a little something interesting. Alright, that's off. Probably getting a bit of noise pollution off that windmill into the park zone. I'm not sure if they care about that kind of thing right now. So if I need to, I can delete these as well. I think our power is still in a good enough spot. But there, now we have an official little loop around the park. And we should be able to build any of these campsites and whatnot off of that. So let's see where we could build. I guess we don't have fishing piers unlocked yet. That must be... Oh, I'm not sure, Win. It looks pretty advanced. 4 stars, yeah. So we'll have to get up a bit before we can do piers. Let's focus on camping for now. Let's have a campfire site. Oh, this is awesome. I kind of want to just have like a tent and a campfire site every couple of feet all along this inner ring, basically. Which I consider to be prime campground. Though it may be a little mosquito-y, I'm not sure. They also seem to have little gazebo fire pits, which are very, very nice. So all of these should add something to entertainment. 50, 20 for tents. It's not very entertaining to sleep, okay. But yeah, we should have some options there. Let me try... I'm not sure what the best way is to do this. Let me give it a little road to work off of. I like having park access ways be these decorative roads with trees, too. That makes me happy. Just gonna get rid of this real quick. Cause us any problems. Alright. So it's still uncurved. Let's try that. And just take it. Oh, I need a little bit more. Okay. I don't want to break that building, but I want a little bit of space. That should do it. Alright, now let's say side gate. And I kind of want to put it right here. I wish I had just a touch more. Let's see if I can get away with it. Nope, already occupied. That's also very, very loud. So let me just get rid of this. Quick sanity check on our power. Still just fine. Alright, that being the case, let me rework this. I'm gonna give it a straightaway out and past. There we go. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Alright, this is broken. Not good. I guess that is completely isolated at this point. Hilariously, I thought it had another... It definitely did have another connection across at some point. Let's add a backup connection now. Just in case. That whole area is now isolated on the power grid. And I think that'll be fine. We still have this line running, so I'll just let it fix itself. Alright. Back to the side gate. Sorry, folks. Sorry about your power. Hello there. It isn't Cities Skylines with mods. It's Cities Skylines without, as far as I'm aware. To answer your question. Alright, side gate there. Let's see if there's any way in all of the holy nature reserve to get this sloped down there. Oh, holy nature reserve. Your haunted trees are sparkling. That looks nice. I like that a lot. Alright, let's take it down the other side if it will let us. Ooh, lagged out. Yeah, that looks great. A little bit of hiking involved. I actually love how that turned out. Alright, so this is now our nature reserve. We have a main entrance, we have a side entrance. We have some apparently very advanced commercial buildings over here. Okay. In need of educated workers. So, back to campgrounding. Let's have a little station out here, actually. So, like, you come in the side gate, you've got an easy way to get right to your hot dogs. Put one right here at this sort of intersection. And then just a couple of tents, maybe. Though I would really prefer to have cabins rather than tents. Once we can unlock shelters and stuff, I will be much happier. So let's not go too crazy with the tenting just yet. We'll use those for a little variety, but I want the main bulk of places to stay in here to be cabins. Kind of keep a organic vibe going on. That being said, what is the tool I'm looking for? Inspection! There we are. So I need another less than 50 entertainment and more visitors. Let's take the ticket price way down. We'll lose money, but more visitors will arrive. That's great. Something that's interesting to note is it says size, 5,607 cells. I'm guessing the size of it probably relates to the maintenance expense, so including, say, all of that cliff area of the Bryn might not be smart when I just want the park down here by the lake. But we'll see how much it cuts into our profits and then run from there. Alright, so we do need at least 50 more entertainment in order to level up. probably more than that we can place just for fun. Let's have another camp fire site there, and then I want to add one of these over here too. Maybe not right next to the thick foliage. It's another thing I'll need to worry about. And we were saying last session I was worried about putting in one of the helicopter fire depots because they didn't have anywhere to get water from. Well, we've solved that issue. Hooray. So now I could put this helicopter depot, say, like right in here somewhere. Oh, it's long, I see. I thought, why isn't it shifting? It's just a deep depot. That's why it's called that, I guess. So we could put it even in, the nature reserve, though that's a little rude to the poor squirrels. So I'm thinking maybe over here, though that's taking up a bit of my space. Can't think of anywhere close to the water that's better for it, though. Necessarily. Obviously, it can move pretty fast, so if I put it, say, over here even, it would still be able to get to the water, though that's too steep. So, I think I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's pause it so I don't create more power issues. Take out our last windmill there, and then see if we can fit this in a little cleaner where it was. I think that'll be good so that we still have full access to the grid. We'll put that there, and then a fire watch tower just up on the hill here. I guess it can go anywhere, sure. That's nice. Doesn't need to be roadside. So let's have it be right on the sort of side gate, say. Just up in the hill a bit. So now we have a nice fire depot. We'll make sure it has power. Good, it's made the connection for itself. That's connected over there, no big deal. Aha, I guess campfires do need power, hilariously. Makes a certain amount of sense, sure. So we'll wait till that's a little bit more filled in. Not a problem, but now we should have this lovely helicopter depot for any fires that may be not on the roadside, and hopefully that it works for the nature reserve as well. I'm not sure if I should also put in a basic fire station. We have one like right there that has semi-quick access. It's just down the street. So I won't worry about it too much, but you can already see, because we don't have roadside access, there are some flammable, dangerous areas of our nature reserve. So, keeping a close eye on it. Hoping it'll be alright. I could also just slap in another fire station here. Ah, I guess there's one right there as well. That's like as close to the connected road as you can get. Yeah, okay. I won't worry about it too much. I really like this fire watch tower there. That's decorative and functional. So we were putting in a couple more camp zones. Let's unpause it. Though that is going to scream at me. I don't think it's necessary anymore. It is not. Alright. So I need to figure out how to reconnect, pardon me, this pavement path as well. It may be easier to take it like further along down this cliffside and meet it up over here at this point. I'm just curious if you can even connect landscaping paths to park paths. Looks like it, yeah. Kind of the same thing. So let's keep this as a pavement path. I'm gonna run it a little bit differently down the mountain here. Or the hill. Freeform, that's fine. something like that. It's still desperately steep for bikers, and not good for ankles of all sorts. But goodness, I'm not sure how else to fix it, really. We could do a little smoothing and terraforming and then remake the path. I may have to, because it's just a little bit too nasty. Alright, so what's the best way to do this? I want to kind of level it out to, let's say, here. Just to make it less angled. I don't want to mess up the path down there. It's okay if it's a pretty steep cliff, though. And I just want to smooth this out as much as possible. It's still not ideal, but it is definitely smoother now. Let's try it. Yeah, that's now walkable instead of absolute insanity. It's still not great, but walkable. Alright. Switching back to camp zones. Let's throw a tent up here. You can see our water pipes are almost covered. So it's about time to remove the 2 extra water outlets still hidden under there. And this is about as high as the water's going to get to. You know, it has a little bit more to go, but I can probably reset this electrical line at this point. And it'll be about right. You can see now it's pyloning itself up above the water, which I don't want. Ideally, there will be a way to make that connection a little cleaner. Like, if I can skirt the water pipes, I forget what it's called, pumping station, into this little corner, maybe, it could connect to that power line, especially if I had a pier. So I'm just not going to worry about it for now. It's fine. It is hugely dangerous, but it's not actually dangerous to have that power line running right into the sea. So the other question is, how much would it cost, and is it even remotely feasible to fence this area? There is a nature reserve fence, and I'm not sure if it's like necessary in order to keep animals in a certain spot. Oh, that's nice. You can have floating kayaks. That is lovely. So we can add even little decorative water features. I like that a lot. A firewood rack. That makes a certain sense to have over here. Right between the bushes. Nice. I don't think these give you any entertainment. They're just for your own aesthetic pleasure. One little picnic table for that awkward picnic everyone's excited about. Good, good. So, I don't know if it's really worthwhile to run a fence along the whole thing. Let's try. I wish it had like an automatically add a fence border kind of thing, because this gets complicated quickly. All I really want right now is to just have a little fence along the main gates and the side gate. If the insinuation that you should not skirt the rules here. Oh, that's just weird. Alright, let's try curved tool. I'm not really in line with the road is the problem. So it's being a little strange. Let's try from here. So desperately close to being at all a good angle. But no. Huh. I'm not sure quite how to get it to cooperate here. That's not terrible. Let's try that. So once again, it's just blocking off the construction grid that used to be behind here. So any grid squares are now invisible, and it just gives everyone the insinuation that, oh, I probably shouldn't go there, that's a nature reserve. Just run it behind these houses here. Seems to make sense. Ideally as close behind as possible. It gets a little strange after that point. But that'll be enough for now. Again, just an insinuation. Let's try the other gate a little. Not sure if I want it to be, say, you know, along the path here or along the road. Let's give it a little bit of free room along the road. Okay, just that much then. That'll be fine. Thank you for your generosity. Ah! I guess it's just too short. Alright. Alright. It's just never gonna work there. It's like it's too close in. Let me try a little further away. That's again why I would love it just to follow the road. If you could say, just fence off Miller Street, and it would be like, okay, I know exactly what you need. That would be fine. But it's not going to do that. So we're just going to do the very best we can. And that'll be all right. Yeah. We're still champions. Doing the very best we can. Ah, not what I wanted. Boo. Boo, and also hiss to some extent. What a shame. Alright. I didn't think it would make decisions like that on its own, but here we are. Right. Forgetting an important step. Alright. I think that's just as good as it ever was. I'm not going to worry about it. And I'm not going to worry about a fence on the side gate. Clearly, it's not meant to be. This is about as full as it's going to get. You can see that's finally disappearing. So you can still see it under there, but especially from a distance, it's about the best man-made lake you can hope for on the Xbox. And I like it. So I need to delete 2 of the water outlets before it begins to overflow. Right now it will be in danger of overflowing. And I think it's really about at capacity. Let's go for it. So I'm just going to find these down here. And let's get rid of the center 2. And make sure that they're still connected up by pipes. Good, good. Alright, so now it should be sustainably pumping the water out and adding 2 freshwater outlets worth of new water, which is enough to completely cancel each other. In this exact shape and dimension. Apparently. Is the idea. So at this point it should stay about level, but we'll keep watching it just in case anything looks weird. If it starts to evaporate too much, we can add another water outlet for a while, and that'll be just fine. So, let me go ahead while I'm thinking of it and just see if I can move this. Relocate it as close in... Ah, of course you can't, no. You need to place it... I should have thought about that ahead of time. You need to place it when there's no water, or else it can't be built, obviously. So this will work fine, but you have to have made your decision ahead of time. So I made it a little bit hard for myself. The only problem here is that the electricity is always going to need to get into the middle of the lake, which just isn't very ideal. I wish you could run like an underground fiber optic electric cable or something. That would be nice. But I don't think you can. So, not a big deal. You know, we could even like put one of these in here. And it would be hugely ugly in our nature reserve, but it would power it. So, we have plenty of options. We'll just roll with the punches there. To make it look a little less hideously dangerous, I am going to make just one correctly placed pylon right to the shore here. Alright. So they do need electricity there, but I'm not sure if it's bothering anybody or if they just can't yet make use of those camps. I'm not sure what the penalty is for not having electricity. I'm guessing they probably won't be using them. So we really just need more things unlocked here. We need more visitors to arrive so that that can happen. We have our entertainment need taken care of. We just need about double the visitors we've received so far. Hey, it's a free park! Yeah! That is making them roll in pretty quickly, but probably not necessary. Ooh, it sounds like a helicopter's going out. I wonder if that means there's a fire. There is indeed a fire. This is awesome. Alright, so they must have scooped up a bucket there. Oh, I see. Maybe the other fire truck must have gotten to it, and so they canceled the helicopter. But the helicopter was responding there. That's very neat to see. I suppose you can even name your helicopter depot. Yeah, totally can. It has 4 total helicopters. I'm guessing if we increased our fire budget, that too would be increased. Oh yes, are you already on top of it? Lake Consternation. I like that. It seems like an oddly appropriate name. Oh, and thank you so much for the subscription there, scrolling up to see that. Time flies. Are you giving me a small Picard emote? That means so much to me. I can't even tell you. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and I really do like that. Thank you for the suggestion in the chat there. Oh, you can see the water has already evaporated a bit. That's interesting. I'll keep an eye on that. Alright, let's have this be. Oh yeah, it's all coming together now. The auto suggestion thing has given me a lot of suggestions, and none of them are Consternation. Oh, come on, that's a popular word. All the kids are talking about Consternation online these days. Come on. Should be more on top of it. How about that? Lake Consternation Reserve. We can drop the reserve, if need be. Have it roll off the tongue more, more slippery-like. punch up there. Oh, oh, that's nice. All that nature reserve. All right. So I'm really hoping that this will go quickly. Gotten another 40 or so just in the last ramble, so I'll forget about it. It will be over before I know it. Okay. I do think we had a couple of opportunities for office zoning out here. Let's jump back to something basic real quick and add just a couple of office blocks. Good, good. Not a huge industrial demand, so they might not take us up on some of these. But once these are in place, we can start building out the commercial here on the other side as well. I guess I didn't leave as much room here, so these are really stuck as just a single block of offices, but that's okay. We'll put commercial on the other side of the road. I don't know how loud a hospital is. Let's check. I'm curious. Doesn't seem to be a noise creator necessarily, so that's fine. Not like commercial districts are for some reason. So that nice little buffer zone of office is keeping our homes relatively quiet. There's a little bit of noise. You can see over here especially, that just like deadens it between the commercial and residential districts. Really like offices. And it also kind of gives a nice shape, like an edge to the residential zones that I always appreciate, especially as the city gets more and more advanced and the buildings grow taller. That gives it a nice sort of border. I guess I forgot, it is the Corvid Sanitarium, yeah. It probably creates a little bit more noise than the average hospital. What with all the cawing. Alright, so I think we're fully blocked off there. Let's go a couple on this side of the street, get it started. And then over here as well. Have a little swath there for use elsewhere. Figure out something to put in both of those. Okay. So that'll take us back around to where we really just need to focus on a new residential expansion. We bought this plot of land last time and I was all talk about how I want to make an isolated city out here that has its own water system, its own power system, and isn't connected necessarily to the main town. And then I remembered, haha, that's all well and good if you have highway access, you absolute fool. So it does need to be somewhat connected to the existing town in order for highway travel, new people to move in, industrial traffic to get out. So we're going to have to probably run like a main thoroughfare, either over the railroad or we'll have to take the railroad under it. Either way, and then we can make use of over there. So it's not quite ready for a new town expansion. I'm really glad I didn't jump into that foolhardily. Foolhardily. Foolhardious. You know. How is our trash collection doing? Quick check here. still in the green. Probably need another recycling center at some point here. But I'm not too worried. So yeah, that is going down a lot. Sort of the problem with these man-made lakes is it's hard to get them to stabilize after you've done a little bit of terraforming and whatnot. But that's okay. It just means we'll need to add another freshwater outlet for now, and then if it overflows, we're going to need to find a way to add a channel in, like a... what's it called? One of these. I guess it's not one of those. One of these? Canal. That's the word. That's the word. So, if it does overflow, we can try to run a canal, let's say, like, out here and out to the river along the main road. We can break that building, move the university slightly over, blah, blah, blah. It shouldn't be too difficult, so that's like plan B. Because it does look like we didn't quite catch the right shape, and so it's not going to be self-sufficient, or whatever. And that happens. The other thing we can do, too, is let it remove the freshwater outlets entirely and let it suck all the water up, and then we could move the water pumping station and try again, so it'll be alright. I don't really like having these power lines running out to the middle of the lake, so I would prefer a chance to fix that if at all possible. This was a good test, though. So, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just delete these so that no water is coming in. I guess that will separate the pump. Fair enough. So no water should be coming in. This will drain itself completely. And then we can move it to the other corner there. We'll try to get an existing power connection to start there. And in the meantime, I'll start to try to pick out a way to add this canal while it's draining. So no big deal. We probably want it to be as shallow and small as possible. So I think a small, shallow canal is probably what we need. And what would happen if I just put it right here? Oh, a bunch of that space is already occupied, see? Fair enough. So I could potentially run it... say to here. Road is just gonna be a problem. Let's see what this looks like. So that would be the idea. That anything that... oh, yikes. What have I done? What have I done now? Ah, it must have automatically removed some power lines there that I placed is all. Okay. Sorry, again, everyone. We are having a bit of death. A death wave. I think that's just from all of that extra residential we added to the Bryn at once, but it's pretty widespread. I wonder if it's just that time. I hope they're catching it. It doesn't seem like we're having... space issues just yet. Oh, nope. Capacity 0. Alright. That's crematorium. I keep freaking myself out. Okay, capacity is almost full. We have 900 spaces left. So yeah, we're getting up there. And we still have not unlocked crematorium. We won't for a while yet. So this is getting interesting. Can't throw corpses in a sauna. I've tried. definitely shouldn't dispose of them in the community pool. I've tried. So we're just going to need another cemetery for now. Oh well. Let's throw it on dear old Cemetery Hill here. Is the slope too steep, or are you just being lazy? Come on. Come on now. The dead aren't going to mind. The dead aren't going to mind the slope of it. Let's try to fit it in here next to the reserve, but not in front of the canal. That would be... ahem. Okay. Does that have power? Yes, it does. Should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and give Nature Reserve water access here, just in case. Just in case they end up needing it. A little pipe connecting these as well. Alright. So hopefully that will help a little. More hearses and more open slots, but we're gonna need a better death care option soon. Alright, let me see if I can take just a bit of this road out. I don't want the whole road. I don't want you to destroy the cemetery. It's very important to me that you don't destroy the cemetery. Try to get this through. I think I might need to break up that road too, though. We'll see where it gets us. Okay. I think that sound, in theory, it shouldn't raise too high above that level. It's a little weird, because I don't want water, like, running through that grass or anything, but I don't think it's going to. It should have plenty of other options. So, let's move the university, and then I want to make sure we have this already set on the other side. I guess it can be curved. That's interesting. Let's try freeform, though. This is going to be a little strange. At no point do I want to disrupt the road. At no point... Alright, that should do it then. And let's just go ahead and take care of these. Right out into the river. Alright, that's going to cause a bit of a whoosh to happen. Hopefully it won't flood too bad. Okay, so now we just have the university to contend with. That's not a great angle, actually, but ooh, we'll work on it. This one. So, university, I'll just put you over here for now. Probably not ideal, but yeah, it's like no one's gonna have access to it over there. That's silly. I don't know where else to put it, though. It'll just be temporary. $15,000 for a temporary relocation. So yeah, this might not line up so good. Let me break these. And break this. That should line up great. So now it does not matter how high our lake gets, it will always overflow into the canal. So we don't even technically need the pump anymore. The pump is only necessary if you're doing the removal. Now it's doing its own removal. Let's see if we can reconnect all the things we broke here before it's a huge issue. Sure. Sure. I don't see why that wouldn't be just fine, but... So yeah, I don't know if there is a way to go through a canal, or if I have to kind of curve it around at this point, which is silly. But it will act as like a scenic canal overlook, I suppose. That's nice. This is kind of cute. It's not great, but it's kind of cute. Let's try just a touch of terraform in there. No. Nobody wants to move. Okay. Everything is tightly locked into place by a variety of factors. So let me try just getting this down from the right-hand side a little cleaner. I'm sure we can do better than that. Doesn't necessarily need to be going crazy there. That's probably fine. Again, it's not ideal, but it's neat. Damn you, factors! You're too various! I like that. Oh, come on. Everyone here knows that we're all great and cute. It's just a sad fact of life that we have to deal with. Oh, another day of being great and cute. I am exhausted. So we have some roads over here I need to fix up. I'm hoping this will be less of a big deal. I thought canals were like purposely designed to be integrated. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, I can see how you had a huge problem with that and needed to do it in 2 batches. But in another sense, I can't see why you had such a problem with it. So these aren't exactly straight, are they? That's probably fine. Though it's not really necessary to have both bridges at this point. That's just excess. It was to block off the university originally. So yeah, there's really no reason to have 2 bridges. I'm gonna get rid of this one. Though Umber Bridge is a lovely name. Let's just make that a little simpler. Alright, so I think this should work now. What else did I break? I broke this, yes. And it's just a 4-lane, I believe. Okay. Well, that's not good. So 4-lane is having a problem with it. I wonder if I just need to back it up and extend it over a little more, but that makes excuse me, that makes this curve very tricky. Like, if I wasn't so close to the main thoroughfare, that'd be one thing, and I was excited to put it right in the main thoroughfare because I thought that would look nice, but now it's a little bit troublesome. It must just be 4-lane roads that do it, though. Like, this... This would be fine. It's not ideal to have all 4 lanes converge like that, but they would then clear right back up. And it may be my only possibility for the moment, regrettably. So yeah, we're gonna need to fix that. That's not great. But I'll just let it unpause and fill the canal for now. Make sure we don't have any flooding issues here is gonna be a big part of this. Alright, so they're officially saying the cemetery is full. It's not a great place to be. However, I'm hoping that once this death wave is over, we have plenty of room in the cemetery. They're just trying to get out to everybody with the limited amount of hearses. Hoping once the death wave is over, we shouldn't have any more issues for a little bit. It's just that I didn't keep an eye on my cemetery capacity. Alright, what's on fire then? I see helicopter movement. So cool to watch it grab the water. There's the fire. Oh, it's in Promenade Park. Goodness, I'm glad the helicopter was there. Or am I? That's an interesting problem, is like this is on the park roads, so can only a helicopter take care of it? Yikes. Might want to put another helicopter depot out here near my parks in that case. But they'll repair themselves. How is that coming along? Oh, very desperately close. We may actually get that this session here. A level 5 park. How about the reserve? Yeah, getting close to a next level there too. Just need another 15 or so. Promenade Park has reached level 5. Following buildings, Trampoline Park have been unlocked. Oh, and I just got an achievement. Have a park level, have a maximum level park using the park tool. Fantastic. Alright, so let's see here. City Park. We want a trampoline fun zone for sure, yeah. Funsies, bounce time for me. That looks fantastic. Alright, so there's our level 5 Promenade Park. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me there. That is my first park, and definitely my first level 5 park. Aha, the canal is working. However, it's flowing the opposite direction than I want it to. That may be a problem. We were trying to drain this, is the issue. So yeah, now it's being pumped from here, so it's created a nice flow straight in from the river. Like a reverse lake. It's not exactly what I wanted. Alright, so our nature reserve now has tent camping site, not just tents, and 2 different kinds of viewing decks that we can add in. I am going to go ahead and stop this from pumping. I think now that we've built the canal, I cannot move the pumping station because it will always be a little full of water, but also now that we have the canal, I don't need the pumping station, it turns out. So I like this a lot better. We'll just see if this can fill up by itself, and if it doesn't, we'll add a freshwater outlet ourselves. And I like that so much better, not having a big, like, electrical structure in the middle of it. That was a little bit ugly. So we'll see what this does. I don't want it to overflow in here from the river, but hopefully it'll lose its current eventually. We'll see what happens. It still seems to be serving their needs. It's going to get a little crowded, but oh well. Yeah, some traffic jam issues there. It also looks like it might have a intersection, which is not what I want. That'll help. Quick check for those. It's been a while. Ah, this was the other road we didn't replace. I gotta try to get that back connected. I think we're okay on intersections, though. Alright, so let me work on this. It'll be a little tricky to get it across now. I might just want to make these straight roads, though that's going to mean I have to move my cemetery. I have not been planning ahead well this session. Do pardon my lack of planning. Huh. It's not that steep. Let's be honest with ourselves. Aha. 11,000 is our next milestone. We have trains, so we can finally make use of the train connection we bought. That will be great. We have cable cars, so we could try to get something running up and down the nature reserve cliff. We can ban high-rises. We can make everything high-tech housing. Multi-platform train stations, monorails, cable car stops, a yoga garden, and the dam power plant. You know how I feel about that power plant. Ah, yeah, so that's getting flooded. Good, good. I hope this isn't going to cause issues here. I think once it's at the same water level, it's like picked a water level for the shallow canal. And it should stay at that level, so we're almost to the top of it, and I don't think we're going to overflow. But I should have waited to build my paths until afterward, apparently. I need to be in this menu, I guess. There we are. So I should be able to do something probably even easier now that it's not trying to duck us down to ground level. Even easier. Alright. Now it's more of a what I was originally hoping it would allow. No, I like it a little bit less than our swoopy there. Maybe we can replace our swoopy eventually. So we do have some viewing platforms we can put in. There's a couple of spots that seem appropriate for that. Let's place them. We have this style, which is kind of short, it seems, and then this one, which is a little bit longer of a lead up to it. That is kind of nice near the water there. Let's find just a couple of areas. I want to leave a lot of the really close to the water areas like this open for fishing piers and stuff. But if it's just too far back for a fishing pier, a viewing platform might be nice. Like one right here, let's say. Sure would be nice to fit one in between those two roads there. That's a really cool cliff spot. It's just a little too shallow. Or is it? It could maybe work here. Let's try it. That's kind of silly, but I like it. You can get a good look at what you're in for before you've made any commitments to hike down the gravel path. Though that is a little off on the concrete there. Oh well. And then we have these tent camping sites. This is what I'm hoping to put in places like over here. Seems to make a lot of sense to me. Yeah. That is great. May even be able to, like, get rid of this one. Oh, sorry, there were people and a dog in there. I apologize. I think one more on this side would be perfect if it allows it. A little curvy in here. I see. I see what you're saying. Maybe it'll, like, this one. Sorry to everything I worked so hard to place. Just check if that's straight enough. Oh, hey, fire helicopters. Eek, so close. So close to being straight enough. If only I had a nickel. Alright. So no tent camping site for us there. It's just a little too big to withstand the interior curve, but that's okay. I kind of want to have one more viewing site over here. This seems to make sense. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, so let's throw one of these back in over here. I'll leave the tent out for now, that's fine. I think I just want one more tent camping site somewhere, maybe over here. Yeah, that looks great. Fill in the park-looking aspect of it a bit more. We need to add some more trees in here, too, sooner rather than later. It's going to be a problem without fire trucks being able to get into parks. I didn't know that. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how it works. So we now should have a pretty stable lake. You can see the water is finally moving back out of the channel. It's gotten over its initial push there. So what I probably want to do is place a couple of freshwater outlets. And they can even, now that we have a channel out, they can run into the lake. They don't need to be inside the lake. They would need to be inside the lake to work with the water pumping station, but now I could put like a water outlet up here even and let it run down. I actually love that idea. The question is, should it be like medium height around this level? Or should it be all the way down the cliff? Like I can try to put it up here and guide it. Give the wider town a quick look there for fires and death waves. I've been specifically focused for too long. I think we'll try to do that next session, maybe. Because we are running out of water in here now. So we'll have a little waterfall feature coming down the cliff, and maybe ending up right here where it dips down. And we'll remake that little section of road. I can't wait. Until then, we are getting closer to level 3 here in Lake Consternation Reserve. We already have our entertainment needs, so we're just waiting for free visitors. I suppose I should go ahead and kick that up to $5, let's say. We'll still get enough visitors. So, I will be back next time. We've made huge improvements here. We have a canal. Everything is relatively reconnected. We still have some work to do, but we'll get there. I cannot wait. Thank you very much for your patience and coming with me on this city journey here. Oh good, as much waterfall as possible. Upper level, go for it. I gotcha. I get what you're putting down. I can't wait. We'll try our waterfall effect next time. And until then, me and the city of Menzoberranzan, slowly expanding, wish you the very finest of days. Thank you for your kind attention and your time. I will talk to you again soon. Very soon. Bye for now.